I haven't been drawing nearly as much as I want to over the past month, so here are 5 ways that I'm going to get addicted to drawing once again. I've been an artist for over 12 years, so I know that there's these ebbs and flows in the amount of drawing that you do, and I know that certain techniques increase the amount of drawing that I do, so hopefully these are helpful to you. Strategy number 1 is to increase the amount of boredom in my life so I can actually hear the whispers of the muse. If you don't have room in your schedule where you're just in silence, just being kind of bored, there's a lot of stillness, then it will be hard for you to feel inspired to get to the ideas that you actually care about, because the muse usually just whispers these ideas, and for your creative energy to float to the surface, you actually need to leave room. So what that means for me is that when I'm in the grocery line, I don't take out my phone. If I'm commuting somewhere, I need to not listen to a podcast. You just drive, just leave emptiness in the day, go for walks without a podcast. Those types of things will increase the amount of joy that I feel when I'm drawing, because the energy will start to build up. If I'm constantly consuming content, then it's very hard for me to actually feel excited about my ideas, because they won't have marinated in a way that's actually helpful. When you leave stillness in your day, your brain just churns out ideas. You are a conduit for creative energy because you are an artist. So if you lean into those voices, it will be so much easier to draw, and that's one of the best ways I've found to actually feel excited to draw when the evening comes. Strategy number 2 is to improve my energy levels. If I feel exhausted throughout the day, it's very hard to have the energy to actually sit down and draw. You end up just consuming more content because that's so much more relaxing, so much easier to do. So I need to make sure that my energy levels are high, which means that I need to focus on my sleep hygiene. Get to bed at a reasonable hour, don't consume too much content, don't be on my phone in bed, and also try not to eat late in the evening, because I tend to do that. I tend to eat really late and then go to bed right after, which messes with my sleep quality, so I need to work on that. And then there's also the diet side of things. I need to be careful about caffeine, what types of foods I eat at what hour, right? If I eat tons of carbs in the evening, don't expect to have a ton of energy to draw right after. Maybe eat the food, go for a walk, and then process some of the food, and then come home and then draw. So I need to find strategies around improving my energy. This is very basic, right? Just like lifestyle choices. Make better lifestyle choices so you actually have the energy to draw. I know these are just the basic things, but ultimately it's these basics that actually help with the drawing. It is hard to be addicted to drawing if you're just like messing with your sleep schedule and not eating properly, not leaving room for boredom. Does get very hard to like actually draw. So those are the first 2 strategies for improving my drawing habits. Strategy number 3 is to celebrate drawing sessions. So every time I do a drawing session, I'm going to make sure that I actually take time to celebrate it. Even if it's bad drawings, if the entire session is just bad drawings, I need to make sure that I actually take the time to celebrate it, feel the joy, and reinforce the idea that this is something that I love to do. Therefore, I should celebrate each session, which means that if I draw for 20 minutes and I'm done after 20 minutes, I want to make sure that I spend a minute or 2 just celebrating it, reinforcing emotionally that this is something I enjoy doing. If after each drawing session, I just punish myself for the drawings not being good enough, if I just give myself a hard time for the drawings not being to my standard, all I'm teaching my body is that my drawing practice is a negative experience, therefore we should avoid it. Therefore, I need to make sure that I actually take the time to reinforce the positive, take the time to build up the momentum of this is something that we love to do, therefore we should do more of it. And I need to teach my body deep inside that this is something that I need to spend time on. And that is one of the best strategies, and something that I started doing today. Just taking the time to actually focus on the joy of it. Our brain tends to focus on the negative, and wanting to improve will make you feel a couple of challenges that might feel negative emotionally, but you also have to take the time to feel the positive. So let's say you get challenged during the drawing session where you feel a bit negative about your drawings. That's completely natural, that's completely fine, but end each session with some positive feelings, and that will help you get to your drawing table much easier, because you don't have to force your body to do something that it doesn't actually want to do. Strategy number 4 is to consume more art YouTubers. When I am taking time off and I'm just consuming content, which is natural, obviously we need time off, everyone does. I want to make sure that I consume a little bit more of art YouTubers rather than other content, because that stuff will inspire me. Listening to other artists go through their struggles is always helpful. So I know that if I just make sure I spend a little bit more time with art YouTubers, subscribe to more art YouTubers, and just consume that content, it will remind me of all the things that I love about art. It will make me feel more connected to other artists. It'll make me feel like I'm part of this movement, this part of this energy that I get to participate in. And that's always a beautiful feeling, knowing that I'm not doing this alone, that this is a thing that we all share, and that's something that we all get to indulge in, makes it so much more exciting to be an artist, and that will help me draw more. So that's strategy number 4. The final strategy that I will be using is I will be looking at my personal voice outline on a daily basis. I want to look at my blueprint of all the things that I care about, the art style guide, the things that I care about, what I want to capture in my drawings, all of those things. I want to make sure that I spend some time every single day looking at that outline, because that will remind me of why I do this and why I care so deeply about drawing. Having it written out is such a good place of inspiration. So I want to make sure that I actually spend the time to look at it daily. It's very easy to forget that these are the things that I care about. This is what I'm aiming for. So I need to make sure that I actually spend time with it. It can be very tempting to just focus on the negative ways your drawings aren't up to par, right? It's very tempting to forget the things that you care about because you're so focused on improving and trying to get to a place, and just punishing yourself for not being a good enough artist, quote unquote, or making ugly drawings, quote unquote. But looking at the outline will remind me that here's the things that you care about. Here's the things that inspire you. So aim for this, right? Like being able to aim for this, and that you have this outline specifically to inspire you. So I want to make sure that I spend time daily to look at it, because it will help me a ton. If you want help writing out your own personal voice outline, make sure to check out my Inner Artist course, where we also talk about the drawing habit. So if you are someone who wants to get addicted to drawing, there's many more strategies that I have in that course. The first part of the course really is focused on developing a drawing habit that feels beautiful and feels much easier. I go through all the strategies that I use, because I've tried to use many different strategies. I'm a lazy creative like many of us, so like I need to figure out different techniques to actually get myself to the drawing table. We love drawing, but sometimes we need these techniques to actually make the time for it. And also, if you are an artist who struggles with perfectionism, check out the free lesson below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. And also check out more videos on my channel. Yay, woo, spend more time. Bye.